Hey, this is Ben. I'll be the first to admit I'm a complete noob at this. One of the reasons I'm gonna make this video is to make myself a little bit more comfortable in front of the microphone, because me and my friend are planning a little bit on starting a podcast. So have mercy on me. and then I'm gonna do 10 locations in Rohan that I love personally. It's maybe not the most profiled ones. They might be a little obscure, more or less, but let's get started. One of my all-time favorites is when you come into this little valley and you see the sun peeking out behind the mountains, but the valley is in shadow. And deep down into this valley is Aldberg. So I love Aldberg, my number one of the 10 obscure locations in LotRO that I love. You arrive down in here. The grass is a different color from the rest of Rohan. There are these little purple, I don't know what you call them, flowers that are just make this location very unique. And the color of the buildings themselves, it's different from everything else in Rohan as far as I can think. And it really gives this special, like, overgrown by leaves. It was the old capital of Rohan. Now I'm stuck behind a tree. I died. Did you see that? That was pretty epic. Okay, let me rescue myself and let's go to the next location. Okay, secondly, a little to the east of Aldberg, you have this cozy little hideout, the little hunter's hideout. I love this one, especially when you approach it in the night and it just lights up with a little campfire. There's a little meat roasting on campfire. This guy's just peeling his potato or whatever he's doing. It's the details. Like I love the details of this game. Here you have this guy leaning over. He's tired of vegetables. Look at this. He has a whole crate full of veggies. And he's just like, please give me some meat. Why don't you share your meat? And up here, he's peeling potatoes, even though he has meat. What's up with that? And here's a little stack of bread. They have a whole lot of food for so few people. Never thought about that before. But that's it's interesting. I've always liked this little location. I think it also has something to do with first time I approached it, it was in the night. It was dark all around here. And then you see the light of a fire up here. And you're like, oh, a couple of soldiers. Look at that. Look at this guy. Hey there. He's having a conversation. Really interesting. Wobbling about. It's a little repetitive, but it's probably a good conversation. You think he's angry? No, they probably like discussing. Let's find a new location. I remember the first time I arrived at this location, and it was dark, fires lit up the night, and it just makes the drama of the whole storyline hit you like a cannonball. Boom. Suddenly you're straight in there, and I think this is like a new level of detail for the game. Like things on fire and overturned like this, with the level of like injured and dead people. It just added so much to the story for me when I first came here. It's one of the reasons why I love Rohan. Not because I love death and destruction, but because I love this. Detail, story, drama. So let's leave these people to their horrible fates and move on to a new location. It's kind of obscure. So next on the list I have GRIMSLADE. The list is in no particular order, by the way. It's just a bunch of different locations that I like. So you approach GRIMSLADE. Suddenly nature changes a little bit. It gets more gray. And look at this. Broken branches. Like, who programs a little tree and then breaks it? It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome little detail. broken branches hanging down. Make it look a little bit more desolate out here. Then you approach, like Alberg, it's nudged in a valley. It's red banners swaying in the wind. So let us ride up to the what you call those again? The hall thing. And here's another thing I love. Let's dismount. I love to get high, and not in the traditional sense, but in more of the altitudinal sense. So here you can like sneak up behind the mead hall, whatever it's called. You can sneak higher and higher. They have lookouts back here. You sneak higher and higher. Then what do you find at the top? People. Bunch of people. Look at this guy. Checking out that everyone's doing their proper training. Maybe coaching them a little bit. And all the while they have this beautiful view down the river, into the mountains. And they have this gorgeous little hall that you can get into. Was that a prison by any chance? Can I even get in there now? Using that has no effect. I guess not. But I like this location. It's a little nook, a little cranny, a little special little place. You feel like you have it all for yourself. It's not crowded by players. I love that they made the game in a way that you can be in a location for the longest time. And unless you play every single quest, you will always have something to discover. And even if you play every single quest, you still have something to discover. So many details. Look at these barrels. They are so barrely. Most barrely barrels I've ever seen. But enough of that. Hey, look at these skins. Look at them. They're so skinny. And here's... Ooh. Look at the texture of that horse. Do you think he was damaged? Do you think he was in war, or do you think that's just his natural color? Anyway, another thing I love about GRIMSLADE, before we leave, I'm just gonna jump down here and break my legs. Wow. No, I didn't break my leg. I slid down in a smooth manner. Let's go in here. I love this house. It's so cozy. It's so nice, the wall hangings, the color schemes, the richness of the color, the little cat walking around. I've always enjoyed this house. I miss my sweet son. He is just a thane and a great warrior. Okay. All the details here. Is that horse heads on the handles? That's amazing. All the little details. Let us intrude on her privacy as well and go up into the bedroom, which is totally normal. Woo! One more cat. Completely normal. Just go into some stranger's house that you met once during quest. Then you just go and check out all their rooms while they're sitting down in the living room. I love this house. But now, let's move on to the next place. In this video pretty much turned into a West Rohan thing. So let's go to the next location. Okay, so you have been here in Martin, looking down at the complete and utter desolation of orc work. And you're a little bit sad, but then you look forward and you look into lush forests disappearing into snow-clad mountains, and you think to yourself, hey, that's where I want to go. So then you do. You ride on, try to avoid getting stuck between trees and dying for no reason whatsoever. You move on, you find this little road. You think to yourself, ah, that's just what I need. I need a road that goes up. Because we all know we love getting up. You ride and you ride, And then you come to one of my other favorite locations, which is, I don't remember what it is. What's the name of this place again? I'm gonna find that out and I'm gonna put it in the title. Right here. Oh, GAPHOLT. When am I gonna put it? Now it fades away. Now I can say GAPHOLT. I love how crammed in this place is into its environment. Cliffs right up behind the houses here. Just go straight up. And then in the front, straight down. And then in between is just crammed into this little outcropping almost. And they have horses, they have everything. Cozy little village. And one of my favorite features, the crowded bridge. Full of refugees trying to escape the claws of the orcs. Look at this. It's a gorgeous location. I love it. Well designed. I give you all my creds. Or whatever you call it. I should probably notice English is not my first language. So, I'm a Norwegian guy, if you wondered. Now let's move down this road further and find my next favorite location. Two horses getting to know each other. Ah, hello there. So you drive down this road. Okay, you ride down this road. Up to your right, FANGORN forest is looming over you menacingly. And I love it. I love this place. Especially right now as the sun is setting. And these colors of flowers, it's awesome. Then under the looming forest of FANGORN, you meet a couple of travelers. And I have a sweet spot for travelers. That's why I love reading, for example, Wheel of Time and the book we're all loving, Lord of the Rings, Traveling Tales. And here you have a couple of travelers. And I love this camp. The first time I came on it, and I got their missions and their quests and this background. I just think this was very cozy. And in the next point, we're gonna go straight up to Woodhurst, which lies in the distance here, though right now it's invisible because of rendering distance. See you in the next one. Okay, now we are in Woodhurst, and then you have this tiny little farm. If you have quested around here, you have seen this farm. Look at these horses, carved out little horses. Even like a small little farm has all these details. Look at that wheel. I love that. Is that the Wheel of Time? Anyways, if you go into this farm, as you know, it's named Herobrand's Hideout. That's not very stealthy to name your house the Hideout, because he was supposed to hide. But anyway, behind this curtain, you go down into the secret basement. And we all love secrets. It's fun. It's fun with these obscure, a little bit hidden locations. Now, none of these locations are very much obscure if you have played through all the quests and everything. But in nature, just how they are kind of obscure. Is this a piece of armor right here? In a barrel? I love how much detail they put into this. What's in the drawers? Looks like blood. Maybe it's satin or something. And a little stack of bread. And here is Nothmar and Herobrand hiding out, and Bryant. Some caskets. Ooh, cup of... I'm just gonna imagine that's coffee, because if I was down here I would have a cup of coffee right there. And speaking about it, I'm gonna take a sip. No, my cup is empty. Okay, I'm gonna go make some coffee, and I'll see you at the next obscure location. Okay, in the real world, I have filled myself a cup full of coffee, and I find myself in-game in a cozy little inn in Woodhurst. First thing I wanted to look at when you exit the inn, here You come out. Ooh, it's getting really dark now. And then you have this guy. I don't know when the expansion of Rohan came out, but this guy has been flushed with a bucket of water day and night for years. Can you imagine his misery? Nobody helps him, he's just sitting there. Same cup. He should be dead by now. Just drinking a cup of coffee. And this guy, like, what's his problem? He's been standing like this for years. So full of hate. Don't be full of hate, people. Be full of good things. Anyways, the title of this one is The Secret Path to FANGORN. FANGORN. And I love this. I love these like secret little paths and where the different areas connect. And if you go up to this beautiful mead hall or Thane hall, what do you call this again? I don't know. I'm not going in there anyway. And you go back to the side here. I'm going to jump on my horse. There are two things that are really good in this area. Go up behind here. Like, who would have known that you could ride straight into FANGORN right here? Is that lichen? Is that what you call it in English? Lichen covered branches, and you can disappear into FANGORN, which we're not gonna do right now because I also wanted to go up here and just look at the view. Maybe it's not worth it in this light. You can ride out here, you can go far, and then you can end up on top of the... let me get off the horse. Try to get up on these rocks. Nice. From here you can see it all. And of course this is extra beautiful at a sunset. So now, let's go to the next location. Bam. Ah. So coming from the Edoras side, Edoras behind me here, you see this wonderful farm, and then you come towards MIDDLEMEAD. For some reason I've always enjoyed riding straight from this direction into this forest. It's like sparse forest on a grassy field. I just enjoy this location for some reason or another. Still, it's not because I enjoy death and destruction, though it has a very dramatic visual effect. What is those pink things? Are those flowers surviving the fires? It's pretty awesome. Pink flowers surviving the fires. And then you go through, and there's another place I, for unknown reasons, really enjoy. That's when you follow the road through this city, and you exit out here, and there are these overhanging cliffs as you walk down the road. This area here, I've always found it to be very aesthetically pleasing. And I think, if I don't remember wrong, at the quest right here there was ambushers coming out from the bushes up here and ambushing you as you ride under the cliffs, and that was that was a good quest to me. Very exciting. And then there's a hole in the fence here, and if you go down, what will you find? Another player and an overturned wagon. Oh, hello there. You have like a pink blanket on you, like a gift wrapping. That's crazy. I'm not gonna help him, sorry. Not today. So we are busy exploring, and we are looking for a lumber camp down here. And I love that. It's secretive. Now we're entering Broad Acres. Where is that lumber camp again? I wish I was live streaming right now and you could help me. But no, we found it. This lumber camp is one of the coolest places ever. Diron Viral. Once again, it's not because I enjoy death. Sorry guys. Look at this, look at this. Look at the moss out in the reeds. Look at all those details. These little boats. You just wanna camp out here and go for a little row down the river. Preferably row back again. I think this is a gorgeous location. I think you can go in and look in one of these, or maybe that was just my secret wish from before. Probably it was. Yeah, you can't go in here. Maybe another place. But I love this location, and also there are these instances when it's overrun by either orcs or bears, and you can just like gather furs or whatever you need. This is the one you can go into. I love this. Look at the detail here. There's a whole system. It's like a pushing mechanism, pushing it into a saw. Where's the saw? Does that come from up top? You probably put a blade in right here, or am I wrong? I'm imagining you have a blade here and then you chop off. Or does the saw come from the bottom up? I don't know. I wish you could pull the lever and explore it for yourself. But there's a lot of sawdust. There are nets. They fish around here. They're pretty much self-sustained around here. I love that. Look at that. Successful hunt. There are a lot of cobwebs here. And the wheel constantly turning. Beautiful. Nice design work. Stands out. It's a very specific location. Look at this. Chopping wood. I love chopping wood. Such a good exercise. Beautiful area. Overturned wagon again. Telling of drama. Let's go to the next location. One of the first things you see when you come from East Rohan and you're about to enter into the west is the ENTWADE. And I think it's awesome. I think it's an awesome presentation of the new region. You really want to go in here. You want to step onto those wooden ramps and just enter into the new and unexplored territory. So that's why I picked this area. How it's set up. It's a little broken, it's a little patched. You go in under these willows and you enter in through these gates. And I think it looks awesome. And as I'm entering into West Rohan here, we are exiting out of this video. So let me hear, what are your favorite obscure locations? Where in Middle-earth do you feel like you discovered something that's a little bit secret, a little bit hidden? I want to know. I want to hear your obscure location from Middle-earth. Okay, here for a small bonus segment. I talked about how I love these ones in the darkness, these locations. Here we are. It lights up the environment. It looks cozy. It has that traveling feel I was talking about earlier. Love the traveling feel. I just wanted you to see that since I was talking about it, and now it's night anyway. This guy, still peeling his potato. He's at least trying, but I don't think he's not really touching it. He's kind of like, I don't know. This guy, still staring out. Are these guys still having an argument? Same argument. No! That's a new guy, isn't it? I'm gonna have to look back on that. I think it's a new guy. Anyway, let's look at the other thing. Let's run down the street here and look at the other place as well. When you come here in the darkness, you ride into the halt, and then you see these riders riding around, and the fire lights up the dark, even lights up its own smoke. It has such a dramatic effect. And first time I ever saw this is what it was in the night in game, and it adds a lot of drama and storytelling. Such a strong storytelling element. I just wanted to show you that. So while we actually completely leave this video, I just want to say, like, some of the places are more obscure, some of them are less obscure, but this was my take on my 10 favorite obscure locations. Let me hear what you think, and let me hear if you feel like I've become a tiny little bit more comfortable behind the mic than I was in the beginning. Okay, goodbye people.